We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this sinful kingdom called America, also known as Babylon in the scriptures. And first and foremost, before we get started, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son in the proper two names in the Hebrew tongue.
Ka,
Halayim,
La,
Yahweh,
Bahashim,
Yahushai,
Bahashim,
Ha,
Rakah,
Kodash,
Ma'amah.
Ma'amah. Also, we want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone. Also to our elder as well, down here in the Lion's Den of Yasharala Camp, Harold. Salutations to all the occupants around the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth for sincerity. Today we have a lesson. Lord willing is edifying to the hopefully elect out there, and also the men, women, and children that believe in sincerity as well, man. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into it.
All right, somebody get Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. No, Ezekiel 12 and 28, real quick. Ezekiel 12 and 28. All right, it's a lot of things going on in the world, a lot of explosions happening. Russia just brained its biggest attack on Ukraine, shooting off over 200 missiles and sending over 90 drones. It was a Ukraine hit a Russian power plant, but I don't know if it was vice versa. But yeah, man, and a lot of people sitting in here, like in America, like at ease. The reason why is because nothing has hit American soil yet, but it's coming. Thus saith the Lord. Somebody got it?
It's Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 28. Therefore, saying to them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore.
See, that's why everybody's sitting at ease in America, because they feel like the words of the Lord are being prolonged. They hear about it. They see us out here on the highways and byways. They try to walk fast, real fast, as if they don't have a clue of what's going on, or they don't want to hear what's going on, right? They turn a deaf ear to it, right? But it doesn't matter if you want to play the ostrich and stick your head in the sand. It's not going to stop what's going to happen from happening, right? Go ahead.
Verse 28. Therefore, saying to them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord Yahweh.
So the words that are being spoken by the men of the Lord are beginning to happen. That's why you're witnessing happen. That's why you're getting a phone call. Boy, you see what just happened? You say, no, don't call me now. We've been telling y'all about this, man, for years, you know? But people want to act like, oh, just because, every time you say we're living in the end time, well, they've been saying we've been living in the end time for years. Well, hey, how about Shemal Shai is a God of long suffering, man? All right? They said, though it tarry, wait for us, because it won't tarry, man. It's coming. It's coming quicker than people think it's coming. And pretty soon it's going to be right there at their doorstep, and they ain't going to be able to, there's not going to be any way to escape from it. Ezekiel 3 and 17. Oh, you got a precept? Go ahead.
Michael chapter 2, verse 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. So don't let nothing that's going on in this world, all right, keep you at rest, man. The rest that you should be in within your house, about y'all shot, man. That's the true rest, all right? Because everything else is going to be what? No peace, all right? As the scripture says, it's not going to be any peace to the wicked, man.
Second Peter, did I bring that out yet? Second Peter? 2 Peter 3 and 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. They say, yeah, they always say that, right?
Right. So they say, oh, they've been saying that. My grandma said that. Their grandma said that. Their grandma said that. But it's here. It's here. Whether you want to try to act like it's not, it's here. And this is a precursor of the things that's going to come, because it's going to get way worse. The things that you see happening in the Middle East is going to be worse here in America. But people don't believe that, because ain't nothing like that ever happened in America, right? Unless it was performed by America itself.
For this they willingly are ignorant, that by the word of Yahweh the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in water, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water, perished.
Just same thing that happened with Noah. They were like, oh yeah, Noah was building for what, about 80 some odd years or something like that? Building the ark. And then what happened? Everybody ignored it. Noah was out there prophesying. Everybody ignored it. But then as soon as the first sign of raindrops come, right, that's when everybody started to panic. Come off from the boat. Right.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 20, which sometimes were disobedient when once the long suffering of Yahweh waited in the days of Noah, while the ark was preparing within few, that is, souls were saved by water.
Right, so that's why the scripture says, this world right here was made for many, but the world to come for few. Right, just like how there were only 8 souls that were saved, or during that time, it's only going to be a remnant saved in this time. Just how it was in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot and his 2 daughters were saved. You see what happened to his wife. Because why? Because he had her mind fixated on what was going on back then in Sodom and Gomorrah. It's not the time to be looking back to the world. It's not the time to be resting in this place.
2 Peter 3:7, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto the fire, against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
Right. So that's why it seems like a long time to humanity, but the Lord operates outside of time. So this is a fraction of a moment that's passed throughout the Lord in the Lord's eyes. Like if you think about it, it's only been 3 days since Yahweh Shai left. We're going into the 3rd day. All right? And you know what happened after the 3rd day? He rose again. And you're seeing Israel rise as a nation. All right? Then pretty soon you're going to see our king show up.
Yep. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness.
Right.
But is long suffering towards usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Right, so there's a window of opportunity to come to repentance for the elect. And once that window of opportunity is closed and the elect are sealed, then all hell is going to break loose, man.
Right, 3 more verses. Let me get through these real quick. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Stop me when you want to. In which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
So what does that mean, a thief in the night? Right? When you least expect it. That's when the Lord's gonna show up. That's when these missiles gonna start raining down. All right? All right, when you sound asleep, barely, you're not even expecting anything to happen, that's when a thief enters into the home. Go ahead.
Which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. All right, so this rulership is going to pass away with destruction. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that therein are shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
So what should you be doing? All right? Not only just conversation, but what should your actions be, man? With all this going on right now, should you be focused on like you got a lot of women that watch the reality TV shows like Real Housewives of Atlanta. You got people so concerned with entertainment.
Jay-Z.
Huh?
Jay-Z and Diddy.
Jay-Z and Diddy. All that kind of stuff. They don't even understand that they're being led straight to their destruction. Same thing with Rome. Anytime Rome was fixing to fall, what did they do? They kept the people occupied with circuses in the arena. So the same thing they're doing right here in America today. And everybody feels so safe in America, not realize this is the land of unwalled villages. All right? There's no defense here. All right? What did Trump do when he came into office last time? He cut away 65% of the budget for the military. And I have a close friend in the military, and they're getting prepared for him to do that again when he reaches in office.
Looking for it. So they're supposed to be looking for it.
Right.
All right, but 2/3 of our people, they're not looking for it. Looking for it and hastening, and they're not doing the work.
Right.
You know, so we're hastening and pushing towards the kingdom, but 2/3 of our people, they're not doing that at all. Their whole objective is to pull you out of the truth.
Right.
It says what? wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, see, according to his promise, that's why we're looking for the kingdom. See, they don't believe in his promise that he made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's why they're not looking for it.
Right.
All right? Looking for a new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. So we know this is not that age to wherein dwelleth righteousness. We're looking for one.
Right. So the reason why they're not looking for it because they rather stay in the dark because their deeds are wicked. They don't want a righteous kingdom on the earth because in order for them to endure that, they have to reprove themselves.
And especially with our people too, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they're not looking for a new heavens or a new earth. Why? Because they're comfortable and they're complacent within this one, man. So they don't want to try to better themselves, as the bishop said, man. They don't want to seek higher. They don't want to go above and beyond, man. You know. So therefore, as the elder brought out, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, man? What acts should you be carrying out? Why? Because what acts you be carrying out is the acts of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh. Those are the duties that you should be carrying out. Because guess what, man? That day, the day of the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night, man. So you should be measuring the time diligently within itself. Because guess what? Once the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh put that evil thought into their hearts, these other military generals around the nation that's rising up against Babylon, that's rising up against America, all right, hey, they're gonna decide to go up into the land of the unwalled villages, man. And when that happens, hey, they're gonna press that button and send it over here, man. And the only way to make it out of that is by having that tawah, that covering of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, man.
All right, we'll come down this way.
Well, this is Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what? If some did not believe, shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect?
Yeah, so what if the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans don't believe that they're the children of Israel? They don't believe America.
Hi, everybody.
All
How y'all, everybody?
right, so they don't believe that, man. They don't believe that this place is going to be destroyed. They don't believe that the dollar's going to crash. They feel like they have longevity with their 401k and their pension. They feel like they have longevity in the military setup that's set up in America. They feel like they have longevity in NATO. But guess what? All right, according to the scriptures, those NATO countries, like and the European Union, are going to turn against America, man.
Hey, Con, too. Hey, and then Trump was, he made the statement that if everybody don't pay up to they, within the, what it was, the NATO dude. Yeah, NATO, if they don't pay what they need to pay, then they're going to talk about drawing out of it, man. So that'll come into prophecy of, hey, them turning the hate into horror, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right, because the whore's looking for a new pimp. but the pimp is looking for a new whore. They're trying to set China up as being the new whore, right? But Yahweh Bashem Yahweh God is going to destroy all those.
Nahum 3 and 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts. I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness. This whore, right?
Right. I mean, the Lord said he from discover her skirts apart. He's gonna lift the skirt all the way over her head and expose everything, all the filthiness of this place, man.
He basically gonna expose that America is powerless to these other nations. Right? America trying to hide it. They're trying to hide that. The fact that they're powerless right now. You see, with the drones, they're getting ashamed of it. How do we let them come into our territory? Because you're damn powerless. How do we let them take our bases over there? Because you're powerless in the world as well. And I will cast up, he said what? And I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile, and I will make thee a gazing stock. That means they're going to be by their damn self. And everybody's going to be surrounding them, pointing the finger at you, America. You know what I mean? And by casting abominable filth, watch your back.
Good.
Casting abominable filth is like taking a woman that was beautified, that was cleaned up, put on top of a nag, on top of a horse, right? Giving power to rule over the nations, giving a scepter in her hand, a golden cup. But now the Lord is stripping her, throwing feces and poop all on top of her. Yeah, come down, you want to get with her? You want to lay with her now? That's what the Lord is doing with America.
That's exactly what the Lord is doing with America. All right.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 32. And it says, Lo,
Thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice and
Right,
can play
and that's to the elect. All right, that lovely song that's being sung is a song of Yahushua. Back then we were singing a song of Moses. Now we're singing a song of Yahushua. But 2/3 of our people don't want to hear that lovely song.
Yeah, they look at it like entertainment.
Right.
Like a lovely song, like that.
Right. Hey, yeah, it sounds good for the moment, but once we get through talking, then they're just going on about their day, man. You know, so they're not interested in, oh yeah, that sounds good. But
we entertain them now.
in their own actuality, like their pride keeps them in a mindset as if like what we're saying is not gonna happen. It's not gonna come to pass, you know?
So they pray to whoever their God is that we lying.
And also, they expect us to come out here once and then the destruction.
Right.
You know, this is a work, this is a journey, this is a continued process, this is a labor. You know, 1,000 years to us is a day to the Lord, man.
Okay.
You know, and the creation cannot haste above the maker.
It says, they can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy word, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
Right. As these things that we speak come to pass, then they're going to realize there was a prophet among them.
Just like when it started raining during Noah.
Just like when it started raining during Noah, they oh snap, he was right. It's going to be too late then.
Hey,
So what are you waiting for? Go ahead.
hey, yeah, it's gonna be too late. Why? Because once you finally realize that it's too late, you're gonna be in the midst of what we had said. Man. You know, whether that be famine, shit, you probably wouldn't have been eating about 2-3 weeks. Damn, he said famine was gonna come to this place, man. Hey, the Gerber troops, you know, the blue hats, whatever the case may be. Hey, shit, you definitely know it's too late once you see 200 million warheads in the sky, man. You know, you see that sky cover, and you see them bad boys coming down, you know it's too late then.
Right. So now, what's the opposite of prophesying? If somebody can find a word for the opposite of prophesying, that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Because we're saying the things before they happen, and they're going to repeat the same thing that we've been saying. No, they're going to be repeating the same thing that we've been saying as it's happening.
Yeah, it'd be falsehood.
Ooh.
Prophesying.
Well, I mean, like by us saying things before, right? They're not listening, but they're gonna be repeating these same words that we're saying right now as it's happening.
Hey, like off South Park, Captain Hindsight. Hey, after
Right,
yeah,
right, that's it, hindsight.
after it done happened. Hey, oh yeah, man. Hey, like for instance, like that just failed. See, we'll tell you something like, oh yeah, before it fall, hits America. We're gonna tell you before it falls, once it's falling, in the midst of falling. Hey, yeah, man. Hey, America's falling, y'all. We know. We're in it. You know?
We already told y'all this. Go ahead, Ricardo.
This is the book of Isaiah 30 and 13. Just to back up your point, it says, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking coming suddenly at an instant.
Right, so that's gonna be like, and what's one major thing that's gonna be like a breach ready to fall that they lean upon, right? Is that dollar. That dollar's gonna be such a breach ready to fall because it's gonna lead them to another form of destruction. As that dollar depreciates and gets destroyed, it's gonna lead them to another direction because they're gonna follow right behind it. So whatever course that dollar takes, you're gonna have people that's gonna follow right behind. It's gonna lead them all the way to this thing right here. See that? See all that? It's gonna lead you to this. Getting that put inside you, whether left, right, it don't matter.
Hey, Con, prime example of that now is you got these different cryptos. So the people are trying to invest in what they think is going to be the next big thing, man. So with that being said, hey, once this is presented and given to you on the forefront that this is the next big thing, people are going to run to it, just like the bishop said, man.
And ultimately, it's because people trust in oppression. All right, the dollar collapsing is a good thing. Now we don't have to go to work for Esau anymore. Now we don't have to keep alive his monopoly. Now we can truly work for ourselves, focus on ourselves, focus on our immediate friends, immediate family, focus on the Lord. But people who trust in oppression, they don't want that. They were like, no, I gotta continue to go to work. I gotta do this. I ain't paying no money. What the fuck is my life? You know,
Hey, Con too. with Elon Musk too, man. Hey, shit, you know he got a chair in the office too, right up under Trump. And he's talking about a universal income, man. You know, he already got the Neuralink, you know. So what else to bring up, you know?
So right, so now that dollar is gonna lead them to a path all the way to their destruction, man. Because they're gonna make it seem sweet also. Right? With that universal income, they're gonna be like, hey man, guess what? You got a credit score of 9,000, and you got this amount of money, you got this, that, and all you have to do is take this.
Yeah.
And they're gonna jump all over it.
Especially our people. Once they see a rapper with it, they're gonna hop on that quick.
No, once they can see they can live like a rapper, they're gonna hop on it real quick. They're gonna make them seem like they can change their whole lifestyle if you as long as you go according to the system. Like you kind of words like that. You gotta talk your codes and stuff like that.
This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Right, that's why they seem comfortable, because like the consequences of going according to the system hasn't happened yet. So that's why these people feel like they're comfortable, man. You know, they're so comfortable in this place. They're so comfortable with America, what America has to offer, and they trust in this place. So they trust in oppression. And a lot of times they trust in oppression because they don't really understand what true oppression is. Do you understand how oppressive the dollar is? Do you know understand how oppressive this money is?
So
like,
oppressive.
Like we're living on a rock that supplies us with everything we need to sustain life. But we have to get up and pay taxes and tributary to these devils, right? Because of a false system that they put in place with monopoly money that everybody chooses to believe in. That's why it's only backed by de facto. Right? So now they created a system, and these people are so ignorant and love oppression so much, they don't understand that they drive the system. What if everybody said tomorrow they don't want to be a part of the system? The system would crush and fall. But all these people are so blind and have so much Stockholm syndrome that they trust in oppression. A lot of times they don't even know what a true oppression is. They think oppression, when they think about oppression, they think about when we was on slave ships. They think that's the only form of oppression.
Bondage slavery.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, verse 13. Going to their oppression, it says, they have sown wheat, but shall reap thorns. They have put themselves to pain, but shall not profit.
Right, so all these people that spend all their time, to get that one time, spend all their time, now, I mean, if you want to do smart investments, that's cool. But if you think that your 401ks and your pension and your retirement plan is going to save you for what's to come, you're trusting in this, but you're trusting the dollar, which is ultimately going to lead you to this. So what are you waiting for? You waiting for some kind of miracle. You want to wait to see the lower part of the sky, then you want to start believing in. That's what they're waiting for. All right, go ahead.
It says, they have put themselves to pain, but shall not profit. And they shall be ashamed of your revenues because of the fierce anger of the Lord.
Right, they're going to be ashamed of everything that they invested in. Everything they feel like they got a return on investment on this system is going to lead them to their destruction. It's nothing but death. All right, go ahead.
But it's Romans 11:8. According as it is written, Yahweh has given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day. And David saith, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense to them.
Right, so whatever table you're setting, if you're not setting it for the Lord, it's going to be a trap unto you. It's going to lead you down to your destruction. That's it.
That right there, that's the trap, the stumbling block, the recompense right there. That's the path Esau got our people going on. And they're blind. The Lord blinded them. He cut them off from them so they would have a spiritual inclination to the Lord. So they're vulnerable to this type of temptation. And they're going to fall into that trap.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Hey, so check this out now. Remember the Titanic? The band kept playing till the ship sunk. The ship's sinking right now as we speak. And the band is steady playing.
For now is our
Right.
salvation nearer than we believed. I brought this out going into the lesson. All right, it's time. It's time. You gotta wait. It's time to wake up. Our salvation is nearer than we believe. Just like how you'll say, the end is near. The end is nigh. People say, people are saying after generations, it's near. It's nearer than what people think. All right, going back to what you said, the oppression of the dollar. The dollar is so oppressive that other countries have made a team to fight against it. Brazil, Russia, China, India, they made a conglomerate to fight against the American dollar. That's how oppressive the economy of America and America's system and philosophies is as well.
Right. This dollar is so oppressive that you ever heard of somebody being punched drunk? Got hit so hard they don't even know what happened, or they don't know if they're coming or they're going. That's how hard the dollar hit the people that they became so dependent on it. And it's like a drug that you develop a dependency on, and if you don't have it, you develop withdrawal symptoms. Right?
This is Matthew chapter 6. I'm going to start at verse 31. It says, therefore, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
Right, so you have to develop the mindset to trust in the Lord. That you ain't got to run out there and get it yourself, that the Lord's going to provide it for you.
Done. And also, too, not being dependent on the dollar, man. If you're being dependent on that dollar, that shows that you have Esau as your head, man, and not the Lord, all right? Because, once again, as Scripture say, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua know that you need of all these things, so why are you worried about saying money, clothes, food, what you're going to eat? The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to take care of all that, man. If he sent you on a mission, you got a mission to fulfill. He's going to make sure you're well equipped to fulfill that mission, man.
That's what he told the apostles, take no purse when you go out.
Done.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to provide everything. So when that time comes, we're going to have to stand on that same foundation, man. All right? I'm on.
This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 18. It says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. Just going back on that money tip, these riches of this world is not gonna suffice you in the day of the Lord's wrath. All right, this money is not gonna suffice you. Period, man. All right, as the scriptures talk about, and I believe in the book of Haggai, where it talks about that bag is full of holes. All right, so again it says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. So you're not gonna be able to save yourself by accumulating all these riches, man.
That's the key point, is you're not going to be able to save yourself any kind of way. You ain't. The only way you can be saved is by trusting the Lord and asking him to deliver you. That's it. Ain't nobody gonna be able to save themselves with what's to come. That's why the Lord set it up like that. All right, Ezekiel 3:17.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
And that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing. See, the problem is, they think it's for us talking. All right, we ain't gonna listen to them. They ain't know who they is with their dresses on. We ain't gotta listen to them because they look at us as nobody. But it's not coming. This is not our message. This is not our warning. This is warning from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The destruction he's coming to bring, and he's creating a safe haven, all right, to give salvation to those that are worthy.
They did the same thing to Yahweh. That's the carpenter's son.
Right.
Listen to him.
Right. So now you're gonna reap the benefits of not listening to the Lord. By not listening to the Lord's men that are out here on the highways and byways, you're turning your back to his mercy and turning your face towards his wrath. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 1.
Yes, sir. The 2nd Chronicles chapter 36, starting at verse 14. Matter of fact, Salaki 15. It says, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, God of their fathers, sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. All right. So the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai gives that warning before destruction by way of his prophets through the mouth of his prophets, man. But guess what? 2/3 of our people, they take it lightly. Guess what? All right. Verse 16, it says, but they mock the messengers of the Most High and despise his words and misuse his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people till there was no remedy.
So ain't no cure, ain't no way out. The Lord's trying to bring this destruction because, like, what are you doing? You're spitting in his face because he's showing compassion by giving a warning. You know? So now, so how would that make you feel? You being showing compassion towards somebody they gave you their behind the kiss. Right? Oh, you think I'm so? Oh, you think I'm playing? Okay, that's how the Lord feels. So that's why he makes it even more furious for people to turn a deaf ear when he's giving a warning to them, by his prophets and misusing the prophets. Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to understand that the Most High's name is Yahweh, his son's name is Yahushua, man. America's about to be destroyed, man. You see all these nations rising up against America with their nukes. So there's no way out. The only way out is through deliverance through Yahushua, man. Go ahead.
Verse 17, 2 Chronicles 36. It says, therefore, he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees, who slew their young men with the sword in the house of their sanctuary, and had no compassion upon young man or maiden, old man or him that stooped for age. He gave them all into his hand.
Right, the king of the Chaldees gonna be orange man. The king of the Chaldees. All right, and that's the kind of punishment and pressure that he's gonna bring on this place, man. Where? All right. So what? You said 6 and 1. Yeah. Let's get this precept first.
This is Ezekiel 33, just to back up the point that the brother our comment made. Verse 4, straight to the point, says, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. So the men of the Lord are sounding the trumpet, and for those who don't take heed, who don't give ear, who don't listen to the words of Yahweh Shai, when the sword, i.e. the destruction and the judgment comes, guess what? They're going to be taken away in the destruction, and it'll be their own fault for not listening.
Okay. All right. There was some more down that way. Okay.
This second Ezra 9:9-9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
Right, so they're despising the mercy of the Lord. All right, he's giving them away to avoid what he's bringing on this earth, but they despise it. Because why? They fell a victim to the system. They fell a victim to the bait that Esau had set up for them. But not understand that ain't even the bait Esau had set up for them, because it's the bait that the Lord had set up for them. Lord, they were made to despise the ways of the Lord Yahweh Shai. So they were made to reap the benefits of despising the mercy of Yahweh Shai, which is ultimately destruction.
Genesis chapter 10, verse 13. Yet ye have forsaken me to serve other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. So because the 2/3 of our people, they forsook the Lord, they forgot him, they done cast him behind them. They done went and found other powers to live by, serve, or whatever the case may be. The Lord, when he starts judging this place, he's gonna leave them with their vain, useless gods that they chose to be judged and brought down with them for rebelling against him.
Okay.
Right. All right. You have one? All right, yeah, let's get out of Ezekiel 6:1. I mean, 2 Ezra 6.
2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 1. And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid.
Where? Wow. Well, that's all. Keep going. Bring that power.
Verse 3. Before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named.
You know what? I just thought about something. Remember that Will Smith movie, Pursuit of Happiness?
Mm-hmm.
That's what everybody's earth on this. That's what everybody here on this earth, their mindset is, the pursuit of happiness. Whatever way they might think it is, right? But they don't even understand what happiness is. You know, that's why we're able to laugh and smile and have goosebumps when we see the sight of destruction on this place. That's why we're able to rejoice and be happy when we see the downfall of America. That's why we're able to rejoice and be happy when we see destruction coming to this place. And people want to look at us as fools, like, yeah, look how rejoiceful and happy the apostles were for getting their behind whooped and thrown into prison. Right? I was reading the book of Acts yesterday, right? And well, I think it was Acts 5, I'm not sure. Well, they locked Peter and them up, right? Then they went back to the jail to go get him out, and they weren't there. And so they were having counsel about everything, right? And somebody walked in and said, oh, them people that you have locked up, they're over there in the marketplace teaching right now. Right? And so they got hemmed up again and got their behind whooped, and they rejoiced in getting their behind whooped for the Lord, man. So we understand that we're going to be right here in it. We might even feel a little bit of the pain. Yeah, but maybe not. Because it says before the pots can feel the thorns, you know what I'm saying? He gonna deliver, roughly paraphrase, he's gonna deliver him within his wrath. So as he's coming to destroy, he's coming to simultaneously deliver. So it says only without eyes will we be able to see the reward of the wicked. So going into what the brother was just reading, before the foundations of the earth were even laid, the Lord had all this mapped out. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys of Zion were hot, and the present years were sought out, or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned.
All right, so now you're talking about they've been talking about the last days forever the present years were sought out. So even before you were making those type of statements, the Lord already had an end to this place. Go ahead.
Or the present years were sought out, or ever the inventions of them that are now sin were turned, but before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure.
Before they were sealed, that had gathered faith, before we were, man, come on. Before any of that, the Lord already had an ending to this thing. Go ahead.
Hey, Con, that's what you call the #1 architect there, man. Hey, he got everything mapped out, the blueprint already established before he got how he gonna tear this establishment down at the beginning before it was even built, man. How he was going to deliver those before deliverance was even needed, you know?
The Lord said, this is going to be the end result, and I'm going to work from that part. See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 6. Then did I consider these things, and they were made through me alone and through none other.
They were made by Yahweh Shai alone, right? Go ahead.
By me also they shall be ended, and by none other.
All right, by Yahweh Shai they also shall be ended, and by none other. So with that being said, who should you be focused on? One of the characters in the play, Esau, that's making people believe that he has some power when he has no power, and the Lord showing the whole world that America has no power. All right, treating it like a dirty prostitute, like it is, man. And the Lord is exposing all the fornication and the wickedness of this place. And these other nations are starting to see it, and they're pulling away. So the more these nations pull away, the less power that America has. So now, whose side are you on? So what are you waiting for? The problem is, you have to have a certain mindset to be able to turn to the Lord. If you got your mind just like what Juan brought out, this is not your way. It is so polluted to destroy you. Just like Just like how the Lord's going to destroy this place. All right? That was all the way in 6.
Go.
Second Ezra 8 and 1. Any precept? Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah 14 and 9. Backing up the point. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
What hell is it? Because guess what? He that set his nest up high and looking down low and creating hell on the earth, he's setting his nest on high to escape all the evils that he's done on the earth. But the Lord's going to bring him down. All the hell that he's creating down here on the earth while he got his nest set up on high, the Lord's going to bring him down to that. Go ahead.
And stir up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones and all the kings of the nations. And they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?
Right. Remember Rocky 4? Man, Rocky was scared of that wrestler. He was scared of that wrestler until he got that one good punch and he saw blood come out of him. Now his whole mindset totally changed. That's like these other nations are seeing blood in the water with America, man. They're like sharks. They're like, oh, they see a weak one in America.
Hey, it's funny you say that. I was watching a movie called Midway, and it was about how America got pulled into World War II. And the whole fight, America was outmanned, overpowered. They didn't have as many planes. They didn't have as many aircraft carriers as Japan did. So they had to drop those atom bombs on Japan the way they did. But in saying that, America.
But even with
if also may add on to that point, it's an ex-CIA. He was basically saying, hey, that's how World War III is going to be brought about, man. Hey, it's going to be brought to a point where, hey, that first nuke is going to be dropped by the opposing person. They're going to be back to a corner where they have no choice but to do so, man.
And guess who's back in the corner right now? Iran.
Go.
Iran is back into a corner right now, man. All right. So even with the nuclear bomb being dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they weren't even sure if it was going to work.
They weren't even sure it was going to work.
They were not even sure if it was going to work, but they know they were losing grasp on everything, and they knew the front runner to come out of the World War II was going to be the top dog on of all these nations. So they just went for it.
Roll the dice.
They rolled the dice, and it turned out in their favor. But little did they know, the Lord wanted it to turn out that way. The Lord wanted it to turn out that way.
It says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Speak on it.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? So just going back to what Kanak was saying, for them being the first ones that dropped that atom bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki was just an omen for them, for their own destruction. They say, what? He that diggeth a pit is going to fall therein. So they dug that pit, which the Lord allowed them to do, just so they could fall in that same pit. But not only that, but tenfold, because all the nations going to come together and they're gonna make sure America gets dug into that pit, man.
Right.
Oh, I was about to say, he that unalive with the sword must be unalive with the sword.
But check this out. So they had one of those Asian Economic United Councils, right? And they had Xi Jinping do the closing speech on it. And one of the last things he said the irony behind America introducing the world to nuclear war. Meaning, in his mind, that's how America's gonna be taken out.
Hey, come on. Yeah. Hey, God.
That's how, as he said, the irony behind America introducing the world to nuclear war. Isn't that ironic?
He gonna do it, just don't know when.
Right. Right. Well,
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 25. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord, which destroyeth all the earth. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, will make thee a burnt mountain. And that's the judgment that this place has coming. This place goes around destroying nations, lands, this, that, and the third. So the Lord's going to give this place judgment, like the bishop saying. Hell, he's going to bring Babylon down to a hellish condition. All the hell that it causes around the world is going to receive that recompense for that. Only it's going to be 200 million nuclear missiles hitting this place. There's no going to be no recovery for this place when it's all said and done.
Yeah. And what happened when you roll down the rock? It's a rough floor.
Yeah.
America's gonna have a rough fall to the bottom.
Okay.
It's not gonna be a smooth free fall. It's gonna be a hard time when they hit the ground, man.
Falling down the steps, they're gonna hit every single step.
Every single stone, man. They're gonna roll you down from the mountain. That's gonna be a burnt mountain. Amongst the other nations, man. America's gonna be that one where the Lord got his sacrifice. And to be knocked down from the mountains means to be, like I said, how thou fall from heaven or Lucifer. That's that fall from Lucifer.
This is Jeremiah 50 and 31. It says, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts. It says, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall. Just going to that point, you know how Esau, these heathen nations, it's gonna trip up, they're gonna fall, and they're not gonna rise up again. So the Lord bring them down from high and bring them down to the dust.
Oh man.
Okay.
Well, it's so amusing as this place falls down. Well, somebody, hey, who got
This a precept, just to back up the precept that the brother Amawan brought out. This is Psalm 73 and 18 about these devils falling. It says, surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castest them down into destruction. So the Lord set this devil in slippery places. So he's never going to get his footing. Just like the brother was saying, and I think brother Zaria, they're going to hit every step and everything on the way down. It's like, it reminded me of that movie Double Take with Eddie Griffin, when the Edomite was talking trash, and he was standing on the top of the steps with a firearm, and he slipped. And when he slipped, he fell, and every fall, every step he hit, he was hitting himself. And by the time he got to the end of the steps, he was done. It was over with. And the Lord is doing these devils the exact same way. Because these devils think, Esau like, yeah, I don't miss, I don't fall. Well, the Lord finna make these devils fall.
right, and they're gonna have so much pride. They're gonna try to, as they falling down, they trying to climb back up the steps.
That's that saying, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
God.
That's a true saying when it comes to America.
God.
Look how big it is.
Now this is book of Psalms 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations.
And that's what they think. They think it's gonna go on forever and ever and ever. They're the ones that got our people talking about create generational wealth. Because they got that mindset, because they feel like their house is gonna continue forever.
Right, they got that from Esau. They see Esau, Rothschilds, the DuPonts, and all these other families that have old money. They want to do the same. Generational wealth is nothing but mimicking Esau. That's all it is.
How about give our people generational intelligence? Don't try to give your children everything that you didn't have. Why don't you teach them everything that you didn't know? That's what we should be doing. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 51. Yeah, this is Jeremiah 51 and verse 6. Let me go to verse 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of their wine, therefore the nations are mad. And just like the scripture says, they was unloosed and then they deceived the world. Still to this day, along with 2/3 of our people, the whole world is deceived and they drunken up the philosophies of Esau, the Western, what they call it, Western philosophy. And I want to read what it says, jump up to 6, Jeremiah 51 and 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord, Yahweh's vengeance. He will render.
This is the time of the Lord, Yahweh's vengeance, man. So what you waiting for? It's a vengeance, meaning wrath. Like there's no more peace that you can get, and by how mad the Lord is with this place, with Esau, with what he's done, the destroyer of the earth. So what? Guess what? He has to destroy him, and anything that's attached to him or thinking in the same mindset as Esau, the Lord's gonna destroy them too.
Hey, God. And the best side to be on is on the Lord's side. I mean, I did a lesson not too long ago, and you know how people 38 hot, he's 200 million hot, man. So therefore, you need to be on the correct side of the Lord, man.
Right, and by being on the Lord's side, be on his right side. If you're on the left side, you're done.
Acts chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So the Lord has specific time, date, this, that, and the third before he's going to bring the judgment to this place. It doesn't matter if you don't believe if it's not coming. It doesn't matter if you don't think it's going to be in your lifetime. The Lord knows when it's coming. He's returning as people at night. He doesn't want us to know. And the 2/3 of our people, they don't have that fear, that respect of the Lord to repent to him while the doors of repentance are open. That's not going to stop judgment from falling on their heads. Because it's coming whether they're ready or not.
Hey, movie came out in the 80s called Twins, with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right, they were twins, right? This is how you're gonna see America. America was Arnold Schwarzenegger at one point in time. But now America's Danny DeVito. Now see that? See that? Like at one point in time, everybody was afraid of America. Not no more. Not no more. Ain't nobody afraid of this place anymore. The Lord took away the hegemony of the earth that America once had.
The only reason, aside from the money and the weapons, that everybody bowed down to America, is because America had things, TV, music, entertainment industry, materialism and stuff like that. But now the rest of these countries, they got the same stuff. Even more so, now they got missiles. Now they got a military.
And the thing about it, all that was meant to be a distraction, man.
Gone.
They were like, America's been at war since America was trying to be colonized, man. From the beginning, when it came over here from England or Britain or whatever, right? So what did they do? They were like, how can we confuse these nations to make them think that we ain't at war anymore? All right. That's how they did with the entertainment. They created a facade like, ooh, I want to be a rapper, I want to be this. They had the whole world trying to be Americanized, and all that was is a distraction for America to go to war with these other nations and impose their will on it.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 23. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? All right. As brought out earlier, man, the elder brought out the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is lifting up the skirts of Esau, lifting up the skirts of Babylon, man, showing that they don't have that power that they used to, all right? As brought out earlier too with Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. So hey, they did that to show that they could be in that power seat. Now all these other nations are rising up. Hey, let the weak say on the strong. They're building up their military arsenal. Why? Because as the elder said, they see that America has no power, man. You know, the only power they got is coming outside of their mouth. Other than that, it's no person to it, you know?
And that ain't even doing the trick no more. Trump making all these threats, and everybody, yeah, whatever. That trick worked 10 years ago. Try something else. Right. And they ain't got no other tricks. They ain't got no tricks on the trade. He saw a one-trick pony.
He gonna have to go to war.
That's all they've been doing from the beginning. But now it's being forced into a physical hot war. America really doesn't want that. Because they know they're on the island by themselves.
America was the one that would go to war with a country, but now these countries are trying to go to war with America.
Well, even with that, America, like they try to use strategy. The strategies are these elite bankers.
Right.
You know, so they use sanctions and things like that to try to rip the pocket. That's why Japan was forced into World War II, because of the economical pressure that America was putting on Japan.
Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast come up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Right. That's talking about the rise of America. Right. and the rise of their policies and their government and the imposing of the draconian measures.
Right, and through that government, they did this. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast.
That's talking about Rome.
Healed.
That's talking about Rome. All the fashions of Rome are being put together by America, NATO, and the European Union.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire to come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
Right, right. So now that's what you had happen in World War II, right? So now that was the introduction to the destruction of America. That was the Lord showing everybody how he's going to destroy this place.
Right, there go your point. And deceiveth them that dwelt on the earth by the means of those miracles.
So now everybody thought America was the top dog, not knowing if they would have just went ahead and kept fighting the war, because they thought America bluffed and told them they had tons more of those missiles, but they didn't.
They even told them they went to the moon.
Right.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right, so now westernized the whole world, set up a system, right, that's going to be driven by America and the beast and the dragon, European Union.
That was called the First World Order. Now they're trying to make a new world order.
Come. But guess what? The Lord going to put a stop to that. Some precepts.
The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
The valley of Jehoshaphat. That means Yahweh's judgment, man. He's going to judge the heathen round about. He's going to cause the mighty ones, the angels, to come down and get busy. All right? That's the destruction that the Lord got from this place, man. So whose side are you on? Or what you really waiting for? You can choose a side. You better hope you choose the right one.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14. It's backing up the elder's point. It says, for thou, verse 13, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also in the mountain of the congregation, in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall look narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake nations?
Now, whose man is this? That's what the Lord said. Whose man is this? Is this your man? Because you finna get what your man's finna get. All right, the Lord got a judgment for this place, and He's not gonna let up off of it. He ain't just like how Esau was. He ain't have no compassion on the young or the old or anything like that. The Lord's not gonna have any compassion on this place either, man. The Lord's gonna totally destroy this place. That's why He's rising up these the kings of the east to go against the west, man. All right.
And I just wanted to add on too, because they try to exalt their throne and the stars, and what they did was that Western imperialism. So them trying to spread their power and their the demonocracy throughout the four corners of the earth. The Lord seen that, and what He's gonna make them a gazing stock, like Kanak and the brothers were saying earlier. He's gonna make them a gazing stock and sit them to the sides of the pit, bring them so far down in their estate so far down, and He's gonna turn their pride into shame. He's gonna make that glorious looking whore, which all the nations wanted to bite after. He's gonna make that same one a drug fiend, a fentanyl addict. And that bringing down of America is going to be a process. Right now, the economy of America is steadily failing. Hyperinflation is setting in.
And people are kind of awake to it a little bit, but they still believe in, they still have hope and faith in America. But pretty soon, the structure and the system is gonna fail as well, and people are gonna wake up to shame. People are gonna realize that them putting their strength into the system, into the society was wrong.
Right.
It's wicked.
It's gonna be too late by that time, though. All right, Kabash, you have one?
This is Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 3. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, and saith to his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
And everybody gonna see it, because they set their nuts up with the stars, got all them satellites all the way up there in space. So everybody gonna get a glimpse of what America, what the Most High has in store for America. All these things that they did, creation of the internet and all this kind of stuff, all that was really for their downfall, man. So look what we doing on the internet. We doing, it got so bad that they monitoring how we talk. We gotta talk a certain way. So the devil knows, like, who was the one that said the creation of the internet was the worst thing that could happen? It was one of the Rothschilds. All right, one of these devils. It don't matter which one it was. You get the point. So yeah, now everything that's being set up by them was to lead them to their own destruction.
Yeah, it was even ever kissing.
It was that pride of Esau's heart that got him in deception. He done been ruling the world, this, that, and the third, been the top dog for so long, that now that his foundation's getting shaky, he looking around like, who? That's why Esau's in the mindset that he's in. Trying to rage war in all these different countries, and set out sanctions, trying to hold on to his little bit of power. But he can't do nothing to stop the Lord. The Lord is steady punching. He can't fight back. The Lord bringing them down.
Hey, when like an MMA fighter or a boxer, once they become champion, the old champion that they beat, that was like, you got it, but now the hard part is keeping it. And America hasn't kept it. America hasn't fought against anybody to keep their hegemony. And right now they're about to get jumped.
It's Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord God, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. See, the Lord already has his eyes set on this place, man. It already has a judgment, already has a promise, and nobody can take that from the Lord, man. He's already has his eyes on this place, man. Trump can't say nothing or do nothing to move America out the way. This place is going to be destroyed, thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It says, saying that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. Jacob and the Israelites, right? The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the Spectre Bird going to be saved out of this destruction, man. That's coming to America. That's destined for this place.
Just like how that boy they rolled up on Ricky and Boys to the Hood. That's how these nations rolling up on America.
This is Jeremiah 51 and 33. It says, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. So the Lord says this place is like a threshing floor. A threshing floor is something that you use to, like a threshing floor, like they thresh wheat, to separate wheat. Basically, this place is set up for judgment. It's set up for destruction, just like the brother Ariala was saying. Ariala was saying, the Lord's eyes are upon this place. So this place is set up to be judged. And yet for a little time, but nonetheless, the time of destruction will come to this place. It just, things have to happen leading up to the ultimate downfall of this place.
Right, it has to be done according to how the Lord spoken of it to be done. Bottom line. And nothing that America can do to save it. There's nothing that nobody can do to save this place, man. The Lord has a judgment set up. All right, and it's gonna go according to His word and according to His will.
Yeah, he saw it like they're gonna bring all the wickedness to the earth. The wickedness that they cause on the earth. What is it? Order of chaos.
Yeah.
They call themselves bringing the order out of disorder.
Yeah.
And they cause the disorder. No, Most High said no. I'm the one. He's the one that's gonna bring it to an end. Nobody else.
By no other but Him.
Nobody but Him.
That's it.
Yeah. So how could they do it when they're most wicked on the earth?
Right. they're gonna bring forth more wickedness. They don't know anything else.
Yeah. That's right. And this to back up what y'all was saying, because like you said, America hasn't gone up against any power so far that has so-called beaten. As a matter of fact, that's why in the military they salute with their hand like this right here, right? But if you've been defeated as a country, you have to salute like this. So America still has that pride, thinking they can't be beat by anybody. I want to get this out of the book of Revelation. This is chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. You see, this right here, that golden girdle right there, that's that heavyweight champion belt. Okay, that America's gonna have to go against. And they haven't gone against anybody yet that can bring that sort of power. But they're not gonna be able to beat this power right here. That's ultimate power right here. That's where they get the heavyweight champion belt. It's a gold belt. They hold it up. That means victory. This is the ultimate victory right here. They can't fight against that.
That's a girdle for war.
No, actually,
4 verse 7.
Actually, that girdle, the girdle that's talking about right there is a girdle of, like he already conquered it. So that girdle, girdles for war they wear around their belly. But he said around the paps. In the ancient times, when they wore a girdle around the paps, meaning they already completed the victory. They're princes wore it around the paps.
He said it when he was on Christ, said it is done.
Yep. So he didn't even have to wear it around the girdle. Belly no more. He got it up here, like the brother said, already conquered it.
Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 7. The lion is come up from his thicket, and destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way.
Sound like Michael Buffer just said. Right. So the Lord, he already got the crowns upon his head, but it's just gonna be manifest when he shows up, man. Because the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible, man. Most High's name Yahweh, Son's name is Yahushua. America's about to be destroyed, man, and everything right along with it.
Yeah, Memorial Part 2.
Yeah, Memorial Part 2.
Look at the Babylonian graduating class of 2024.
Look at more.
All right.
He is going forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy cities shall be laid waste without inhabitants.
Right, that's the judgment for America. Laid waste without inhabitants. Nobody's gonna be here, man. Everything in this place is gonna be destroyed except for the elect. All right.
This is Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return him and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall log them the border of wickedness.
And that's the label that the Lord put on them, the border of wickedness, bro.
And the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. And that point is, hey, the Lord got that righteous hatred for them forever. Because he knew that he was going to release them, and they was going to spread wickedness, build it back up, just so he can destroy them again. And do away with them totally.
Good. You got that. All right. One more precept. All right, somebody get our 2nd Ezra chapter 8.
8 and 1.
2nd Ezra chapter 8 and verse 1. And it says, and he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world that comes for few.
Right. So yeah, man. So how you gonna enter into the world to come? As a babe, or as a with a ring, with a Super Bowl ring?
Verse 2. Verse 2. I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold thereof, earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world.
Right. That's the course of this present world. It's gonna be turned to dust, but it's gonna be gold. That's gonna be salvaged out of the dust, delivered from the dust. This place is gonna be totally sent to ashes, man. The Lord's setting it up like that. But there's gonna be a remnant that he's preserving. And he put that aside all the way from the beginning before he even created the foundations of the earth, man. All right, that was to verse 3.
Verse 2, one more verse.
Okay.
It says, there be many created, but few shall be saved.
That's the point. That's the point. So what are you waiting for? You waiting for Esau to save you?
Yeah, look, there you go.
Yeah, that's what they waiting for.
They gather around that damn that pedo statue.
Yeah.
We don't need to be saved. Let's just take a picture, man.
All right. Go ahead. We're gonna bring it down this.
This is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So come, man, 2/3 is going to be cut off and die. That's more than half of the people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. To be exact, that's 66%. So like I say, that's more than half. That's 16% more than 50, you know. So hey, that's 1 out of the 2 people that you see is not going to make it, you know. You know, despite the ones that out here doing the works of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. You know, carrying forth his will, you know.
No, that's 2 out of the 3 people.
Oh yeah, con. Yeah, there you go. It's like
You gotta get that man right. Hey, you got this up?
This is Luke, chapter 13 and 23. Then said one unto him, Yahushua, are there few that be saved? And he said unto them, strive to enter in at the straight gate.
Right? That's how we're going to gather around your house one day, not around a pedo statue.
Yeah.
For many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in and shall not be able. When once the master of the house is risen up and have set to the door, and ye being to stand without and to knock at the door, saying, Lord, Lord, open unto us. And he shall answer and say unto you, I know you not whence you are.
See, the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. If you ain't out here doing the work, you ain't calling the proper true names, man. You can come knock at that door all you want, bro. And you're gonna be standing out there in the cold, bro. Telling the heat. What in the heat?
Yeah, what in the heat?
On the fire.
Yeah, once the Most High's mind is made up, that's it.
That's a
No
wrap.
more judgment day. The same thing happened during the time of Noah. They were beating at the door. The Most High told them to seal it. Seal it up, they can't get in.
Can't get in.
Just like, go ahead. I'm saying, you know how Jake is, just to make the point, brother, you know how Jake is. You can stand out there and knock on the door, and Jake can look out the window at you. He out there knocking. You looking right at you.
Ain't like that's your witness.
Yo, my mama do that. Show up and don't call, because if she don't feel like having company, she leave her. She got the glass door, but she have a regular front door open. She sit right there in her recliner and will look at you through the door and do one of these. If you come knocking out the door, for real, and she don't want to be dealing with you, she'll do it just like that.
depart from thee. I never knew thee.
Right, right. That's exactly how the Lord gonna do these people, man. Second Ezra 9:1.
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right. So don't wait till you start seeing the Lord showing up. Right? We're telling you about the signs before they happen, and as they're happening, you should be thinking like putting 2 and 2 together, and then it should equal 4.
Good. Hey, because if you wait until he starts showing up, shit, then you got to dig the 2 and 2, then add 3, because you don't know what point you at within the situation, man. So that's why he told us to measure the time diligently within itself, you know. So therefore, that's what 2/3 of our people not doing, going back to the beginning of the lesson. So that's why they're going to be caught off guard, man, you know. Why? Because they're not doing the things that's commanded to them of the Lord. They're doing the things of their own will, of what they want to do, you know.
Second Ezra 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time that shall dwell in the world.
God, so
real quick. Because they have walked in great pride.
Hey, Khan, so many miseries is going to be brought towards the people that have walked around in great pride. Why? Because the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh is giving you that warning before destruction through the mouth of his prophets, man. Going back to the point of 2 Chronicles chapter 36, all right? So he's giving you that warning before destruction. So guess how you take that? You take that warning by mocking and scoffing, man. So therefore, hey, as the bishop said, hey, shit, if you take that warning lightly, hey, you looking at me like a pushover. So now, hey, you think I'm so? The Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, hey, his word should not return to him void. So guess what? He got to see it through, man. Hey, 2/3 are going to be cut off, and this place is going to be eradicated, man.
Right. Right, bro.
This is Ecclesiasticus, just to back up our car. Chapter 2 and verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended.
God.
He's not gonna be defended in that day, man. You know, Lord, if you pull away from this thing, you pull away from the truth. If you don't hearken to the men of the Lord when they out here giving you the truth, you know, you slapping away the hand of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're not gonna be defended in that day, man.
Hey, Con, and it's like it too, and also too, man, by you, hey, what it say, your prayers shall be an abomination too, man. Hey, by you not taking heed to the words of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. So in your time of tribulation, in your time of trouble, who you gonna pray to? Just like the brother Kabash brought out earlier, go and cry to the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in your time of tribulation, man.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou sayest, I have no pleasure in them. Okay, and that could mean the youth talk about in terms of age, but also in this age right now that we're living in. Okay, you need to be looking towards the Creator, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, instead of like the elder said, gathering, you know, around certain statues and whatnot. You know, remember the Creator.
Good. All right, don't try to remember when shit hit the fan.
Really?
What that name is again?
Nah, you said cause the Holy One to cease. Nah, don't worry about it.
So he didn't cease. All right, 2nd Ezra 9.
In 2nd Ezra 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High Yahweh spake of the things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the...
Right, just like how it said in 2nd Ezra 6 and 1. He spoke of it from the beginning, even before the foundation of the earth was laid. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the time also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs.
And then we were telling you all these endings and wonderful works and effects and signs before they even happened. So now you have no excuse, because the Lord gave you warning before he brought the destruction. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said peril.
Right, so that's how you get preservation for what the Lord's about to bring to this place, man. All right, for the works that you do in the Lord. All right, coming out here on the highways and byways, giving warning to the people, letting them know about the destruction that the Lord's going to bring. All right,
Hey, cons.
Yeah, so
It say, verse 7, it says, and everyone that shall be saved, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, man. So literally, just taking heed to the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua and showing that you believe and that you have faith. Faith is an actual, well, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, man. So, hey, you got to get out here and show that you have faith. You just have to show that you have faith in the Lord Yahweh Shem. Hey, Lord, I believe in you, man. Come back and get me. Hey, you know, presenting your body as a living sacrifice, as you see right here to this day, man. So that's what you have to do as the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, in order to obtain salvation, man.
James 2 and 18. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
Come on, man. Hey, actions speak louder than words, man. You can say you have faith all day, but get out here and show that you have faith, man. Once again, faith is an action, all right? You showing you have faith is getting out here, presenting your body as a living sacrifice, being admitted back to the marriage, closing those gaps, all right? And most importantly, Ecclesiastes, 12 and 13, exalting the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, keeping his law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, man. So if you have faith, you will do that. So by you just saying it, hey, that means nothing, man. shit, hey, a parrot can say he got faith, but if he get out here and show that he have faith by getting out here presenting his wings as living sacrifice, hey, guess what? He's just talking, man. You know, so therefore, show that you have it, you know.
Hebrews 10:25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
So come on, man. Hey, shit. By seeing all these things coming to pass, man, hey, you should be hyped. You should be doing more work of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Because guess what? By you having faith, you see that these things of the Lord that he told us about beforehand are coming to pass, man. So that's a faith booster right there in itself by witnessing the things that have been told to you or that you have read coming into fruition, man. So, hey, it's exhorting you, it's building you up, it's getting you hyped, it's getting you stronger as that day approaches, man. Done.
Matthew 12:30. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad.
Hey, come, man. If you ain't with the Lord, you against him. If you against him, you in the way. If you in the way, you got to be moved, man. So therefore, if you're not doing the will of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, if you're not out here doing what he's commanded you to do, hey, you got to be moved, man. You're going to be moved, hey, whether you like it or not, man.
Either move or make it.
2 Peter 3:10.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. It says, but the day of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, will come as a thief in the night, and the wicks of the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works of the therein shall be burnt up.
Right, so that's what the Lord bringing to this place. So what should you be doing? All right, what mindset should you have, man? All right, should you be allowing yourself to become consumed with the darkness and become part of that darkness, or should you be a part of the children of the light? Somebody did 1 Thessalonians 1:1. No, 1 Thessalonians 5:1.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
Right, Paul was saying that because, you know, like, if you got your mind occupied on prophecy, you don't need somebody letting you know that the time is at hand, that the day of the Lord is at hand. So your actions are going to be according to that. Your mindset is going to be according to that. You're going to know that the Lord is going to destroy this place, right? So you're going to move according to that. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
So it's not going to catch you off guard.
For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord is so coming as a thief in the night.
Right. That's how the day of the Lord coming as a thief in the night. Hold up, right there.
This is Sirach, chapter 39, verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the Lord the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the anciently occupied prophets. All right. And what the bishop had said, man. If your mind is focused on the Lord, your mind is focused on the kingdom, man. Why? Because you know these things have to come to pass, man. You see these things coming to pass, so therefore, hey, it's to the ones that are not taking heed, the ones that got their head stuck in the hole, man.
Right.
1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, and travail upon a woman with child.
Right, so 2/3 of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out of the Israelites of the Holy Bible feel themselves in peace and safety when America's about to be destroyed. You see all these other nations rising up against America? Right, they got nukes too. They plan on using them. They ain't gonna be bluffing like America does. Go ahead.
Verse 4. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief.
Right, we're not in darkness. Right, and guess what? Because we're the children of the light, and we're trying to what? Spread that light. But you got people that want to stay in the darkness. Go ahead.
Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day.
So therefore that day will not overtake us, man. The scripture said, blessed is the servant that his Lord find doing so. Watch it. Go ahead.
We are not of the night, nor of the darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
Right, so once you've been walking out, don't go back to sleep. Should be fully refreshed, ready to go. Ready to go on that journey, man. Take the tip of the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 7. But they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken, are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet, the hope of salvation.
Right, and that's how we gird ourselves, man. Getting prepared for the war, getting prepared for the journey that's to come. Getting us prepared to go on this trip with the Lord, man. We have to have on the proper attire, the proper covering. Go ahead.
Verse 9, for God has not appointed us to ground, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
Right. So now let's fully get prepared and fully put on what we need to have on in order to reach salvation. Somebody get Ephesians 6:10.
It's Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Let your light so shine before men.
Right, because we are the children of the light. So we want to show everybody else that's looking for the light where to turn to. Go ahead.
Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. All right, glorify Yahweh rather than glorifying us. Oh man, yeah, you righteous, you this, you that. No, I'm righteous because Yahweh Shem Yahushua put it in my spirit to be as such.
And even if that, the scripture said our righteousness is as filthy rags.
Exactly.
So there ain't nothing righteous but Yahweh. And Yahweh Shah, that's it. We're telling you where we going for righteousness.
Right.
So we're telling you, hey, follow me. If you try to get about this destruction that's about to happen. You know, that's mainly what our message is. The Lord's gonna destroy this place. Hey, follow me if you want to seek refuge. But you can't seek refuge in this, man. Somebody got Ephesians 6:10.
This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
All right, so now we got to be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Because guess what? The devil's going to try to confuse us. He's going to try to confuse us, man. We got to keep our minds set on Yahweh Shai and trust and believe that he's going to deliver us, no matter how bad it starts to look. Go ahead.
Verse 11, put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
So we gotta be fully suited up, man, to be able to endure what the Lord's about to bring. Keep going.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world.
All right, so the ruler of darkness, right? We just read about the darkness. We are not of the darkness that they should overcome us, right? Overtake us. Right, so these rulers of the darkness, that's what we're up against right now. All right? So we have to be fully girded and fully suited up to be able to withstand it. Go ahead.
Spiritual wickedness in high places.
Spiritual wickedness, we ain't talking about little wickedness, we're talking about top dog wickedness. High places, man. Go ahead.
Wherefore, take on the... it's like this. Wherefore, take...
Mainly them. Mainly them. This is what the spiritual wickedness in high places. These are the ones that are spreading the gross darkness throughout the whole earth, man. All right? These are the ones that the Lord's coming after. All right, so here.
Verse 13, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand an evil day, and having done all to stand.
Right, so we got to put on that whole armor, man. We got to be, you can't have no kink in your armor, no opening in your armor at all. What the devil's going to do, he's going to pierce you right there, man.
Sealed up like Leviathan.
Sealed up like Leviathan. Hey, hey, man, go ahead.
Verse 14, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness.
That's it. Having on the breastplate of righteousness. Keep going.
And your feet shod with the and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
Right, and that's what's going to lead us on our journey, man. Right, the preparation of the gospel of peace. There's so much chaos on this earth. We're trying to show people where the peace is. But if the ones that don't choose the peace, they're gonna be blown to pieces.
And peace starts from within first.
There was that 80s movie. It was alien came from another planet, but he looked like in the form of a human. And every time he would show up somewhere to destroy, he's like, I come in peace, I come in peace. But the so-called hero of the movie at the end, had a catchphrase that said, "But you're gonna leave in pieces." Coming in peace, but you're gonna remember that. But you're gonna leave in pieces, man. What America say? They're coming in democracy. They're coming in peace. But you're gonna leave in pieces. Go ahead, what's up?
Psalm chapter 24, verse 7. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lifted up, yea, everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in.
Right, so that's what we're doing. We're lifting up the gates of the house by shooting outside. So the King of glory can come in.
Verse 16.
Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 6, chapter 7, in verse 2. It is better to go into the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart.
Right, because that's what they're doing in the time of Noah. They're in the house of feasting, in the house of mirth right now.
They're over there.
But the birth of the land shall be gone.
Yeah.
Right? The Lord said he despises their feast days. You know? So it's better that we're in the house of mourning because we're on our king. We're waiting for the lion to come up out of his thicket. We're waiting for him to get up off his throne. You see him, he's sitting on the right hand side of the Father right now. But pretty soon that throne will be empty.
Our people are still in captivity. All right. Yeah, we don't have chains chains and shackles on us, but we still have chains and shackles upon our lifestyle. All right. Esau forcing our people, I'll say coercing our people into all the into the abominable culture that they call black culture here in America.
Right. You know what? It's almost better to have chains, physical chains around your neck.
Right.
No,
I didn't want to say that, but come on.
Because you're going to have a mindset of trying to bust out of those chains.
Right.
You're not going to like having a physical, but once you get to the point where they take the physical chains off, and your mind is in captivity and bondage, that's the worst. Because you free, you're physically free, but you're mentally bound to the system.
Hey, Con, it's a picture where it had like two Jake girls. All right, it's an old picture, black and white. They were slaves. All right, they was on the plantation. It say it's bad when you free, but you don't know it. They had them in the gate. The gate was wide open. They was free to leave, but they wouldn't leave out the gate, man.
And that's how our people are.
Hey, Aaron, tough. Only if my people knew they were slaves, I would have freed more.
Right.
Right. At one time we were under duress. You know, made to go off and eat things that are unclean. You know, follow after these wicked ass traditions under duress. Meaning we were stressed out. You know, put in bondage, captivity. Had no way out. And no recourse. But now our people have gone off freely of their own will, so to speak.
Right.
This is John chapter 3 and verse 19. And this is the condemnation that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil.
Right. This is the condemnation that light's coming to the world. Right? That's a bad thing that light came into the world. For those people, it was a terrible thing for Yahweh Shah to show up for those people. Why? Because they love darkness rather than light.
John 3 and 20. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds can be reproved.
Right. So their deeds ain't gonna. They don't want to reprove their deeds, so they love darkness rather than light. So they made a covenant with death. All right. The Lord gonna break that covenant with death with a missile. That's right.
But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua.
So those are the ones that are out here on the highways and byways, and the ones that believe, watch the ones that are out here on the highways and byways. Huh? All right, so their deeds are going to be made manifest. That's why we're giving out the warning. All right.
This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 16. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Like,
yeah, we'll quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, man. All right, because they're gonna try to send those shots out all the way, trying to persecute, trying to make it seem like we're sending out falsehood with the words that we're speaking. try to coerce people to believe according to their mindset. And for us to try to make us look like we're the frauds when it's really them.
17.
Huh?
You want to be 17? No, 16.
Yeah,
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 17, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of spirit, which is the word of Yahweh.
All right, that's how we put on the whole armor of Yahweh by Shimon Shai, man. And that's what we're gonna need to endure all the way to the end.
Finish this.
Go ahead.
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. No man that warreth entangles himself with the affairs of his life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. And we got to remember who we're fighting for. We're fighting for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. The brother Lasharja brought out the armor that we're to have on. We fight the good fight of faith in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And we have to endure this fight. We got to be in this mindset of soldiers. Like how they over there Ukraine fighting, we're fighting spiritually. We're in the trenches for the Lord. We got to stay focused on that. We can't become a casualty of war.
All right. This is 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
Oh, well, you said
And at all times we are to be steadfast in the Lord, in his word, in his truth, not trying to learn or deal with any other type of book or learn any other type of way or anything like that. Stands firm in the words of the Lord, which is faithful and true, not being tossed to and fro with every wayward doctrine. You know what I'm saying? You got it.
All right. Precept. Some precept down here. No. Well, Ephesians what? Yeah. That's what he just got the word. All right, go back to that 2nd Ezra 9 and 8.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 8. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 7. And every one that shall be saved, and shall be able to escape by his works, and by faith whereby ye have believed.
So doing the work meaning you're working for the Lord, but you have to have the proper uniform on. We just read that in Ephesians chapter 6. All right? Because if you got on the wrong uniform, man, you're subject to fall for these vanities that Esau's going to put out. You're not going to be able to withstand the wiles of the devil. Go ahead.
Verse 8, 2nd Ezra 9, it says, shall be preserved from the sad perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
All right, so when the Lord see you with his uniform on, he coming to get you. The angels gonna know that's one of us, that's one of ours, that's one of ours. What did Esau say? No man left behind. You know, there ain't gonna be no POWs.
Verse 9, 2nd Ezra 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
Right, so they're gonna be tormented by not listening to the words that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua put out by his men, the true men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Go ahead.
Hey, Khan, you know, hey, that feeling is gonna be like, you know how, for instance, like my grandparents, my great grandparents, they used to like to play the lotto. They had a set of numbers that they would like to play on the pick four, you know. And then when they didn't play it and they seen the numbers come out, they'll be sick to their stomach, man. And that's the same way 2/3 of our people are gonna be, man. Oh man, hey, I knew I should have took heed to them boys while they was teaching. Man, when they was talking to me, I knew I should have listened, whatever the case may be, man. That's how it's gonna be in that time, you know.
Oh man, I knew I should have let them put that in me.
Right. I will tell y'all.
Go ahead, Amawar.
All right, it's the book of Nahum 1 and 6. It says, who can stand before his indignation? Who can abide in the fierceness of his anger? His fury is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him. So who can stand before the indignation of the Lord's power, man? All right, because the Lord's coming back with vengeance, man. So we got to be mindful, all right? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is nothing to be played with, because when he said he's going to do something, his words don't come back void to him, man. So as it says, the rocks are going to be thrown down by him. So all these statues, all these memorials, all these memorials that Esau had put up, man, it's going to be splashed down and put down to the ground, man. All right, so we got to be take heed to the words that's been spoken. All right, because Yahweh Shai is a man. Yahweh Shai is a man that you ain't supposed to be all drunk.
He's a God of war, man. Bottom line.
This is book of St. Matthew chapter 13. I'm gonna start at verse 41, going into basically the wheat and the tares. And it says, the Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all. I'm gonna start at verse 40. As therefore the tares are gathered and burnt in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all that offend and them which do iniquity. So ultimately, man, Yahweh Shai is going to come back and destroy 2/3 of our people, you know, for adding sin upon sin and being iniquity. And it says, verse 42.
Like a tear.
It says,
all right, so let's go in that a little bit deeper. So like Adam did, by showing on fig leaves, he tried to blend in with these other nations. That's what 2/3 of our people are doing.
This is Isaiah chapter 30. I'm going to start at verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Go ahead.
Hey, no, that's going back to the point that the bishop was saying too. Hey, when those angels, when the Lord Yahweh Shai come back and to gather his remnant, to gather his men, his elect, those that have that righteous uniform on, hey, he's gonna see those as well that don't have that righteous uniform on. Why? Because you don't have the covering of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You're gonna have the covering of this world. You're gonna have the covering of Esau, man. So therefore, hey, keep that over there. No, we ain't taking that.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, you can't ride with me, bro.
St. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 42, and it says, it shall cast them into a furnace of fire, there shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who have ears to hear, let him hear. So, you know, ultimately, it's going to be when Yahweh shall return, it's going to be a judgment to the wicked, and it's going to be a deliverance for the righteous, basically.
Right. You know how when you get a fresh fit, you put it on and stand in the mirror. That's how we should be doing right now, girding ourselves with the covering of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Always looking in the mirror and making sure our garment clean. You know? What was that?
Second Ezra, man. This is Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
Right, because that's why a gift can destroy the heart, man. They received benefits on this side and they thought they was in good case, but they in pitiful case. Go ahead.
And they that have loved my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open to them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain.
This gonna be a painful death, man. Them missiles gonna hurt.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, that's what my son did. He did something. And he ended up hurting himself. He come out, hurts. Hurts. That's exactly what these 2,000 people in our nation understand. Hurts. Hot.
This is Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. Hey, and this is that pain, man. Hey, it says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And that's going to be the pain. Trust me, you're going to remember that, man. Hey, for instance, hey, spare the rod, spoil the child. The Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, he ain't going to spare the rod, man. He going to make sure he put it on there. Because guess what? Hey, once he put once he apply that belt to ass, hey, them laws gonna be in your inward parts, man. So guess what? You ain't gonna go back. You ain't gonna turn your back no more, man.
Listen, you already I'm good. I'm ready. For real.
Learn my lesson.
Hey, for real. That's the main thing I'm happy about, not pissing the Lord off no more. The moment I'm in, hey, thank you. I appreciate that, because I don't want to get you mad. Give me a hug or something. All right, any more precepts?
This is Exodus chapter 4, verse 8. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe thee, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And that's all the Lord talking to Moses, getting ready to go plague Egypt. And he's getting ready to plague this Egypt that we're in today. And the warnings being given out by the prophets of what's to come if you don't hearken to the voice of the Lord, as it was in the days of old. And the 2/3 of our people, along with Esau, they don't believe in what's to come to this place. But the whole world gonna believe at the latter end when this place gets brought down. And, the Lord's righteous kingdom is established.
Right. But it's going to be too late then. It's going to be too late. Precepts.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 5. Start at verse 12. And I will cut off witchcraft out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Okay, that's talking about all these false pastors, false preachers, pastors, all these false doctrines out here. Okay.
And mainly, your horoscope believers, what's the motherfucker? Tarot card readers, all this kind of shit.
Voodoo practitioners.
Scientists.
Neil.
Right. Okay.
This verse 13. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hands. And I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee, so will I destroy thy cities, thy groves, okay, all these places that people want to gather, okay, and receive those benefits, like the bishop was talking about earlier, okay, living and much pleasure in this time.
Yeah, basically all their places of worship.
Yeah.
All their groves.
It says, verse 15, and I will execute vengeance in anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard. Okay, such as they have not heard. All right, since the beginning of time. Okay.
See, such as they have, so that means it's worse than the fall of Egypt, worse than the fall of all of the kingdoms that Yahweh Shem Yahushua destroyed. It's going to be worse than all of those put together. It's going to be something that's never been seen before. Destruction like no other.
It says on the day of judgment, it's going to last 7 years. That's in second Ezra. So he said the day of judgment, it said going to last, the judgment shall be 7 years. He said the wind going to stop. There's not going to be any clouds in the sky on that day. On the day of judgment. The Most High brings it. So that everybody can see his presence on the throne. So he's literally going to be sitting there, watching them mess with him.
Precepts.
Second Ezra 9 and 14.
That's something to really think about, man. That's something to really think about. He gonna, hey, and that's when he gonna be in these other nations in parts.
They're going to feel so great to not have to convince these people.
Yeah.
Right.
The second Ezra 9 and 14. Then answered I and said, I have said before, now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter. That there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. Hey, and that's self-explanatory, man. There's going to be more that perish than there is going to be saved, man. As the bishop brought out earlier, it was only 8 people saved from the flood, man. You know? Hey, so, hey, probably the same ratio during this time, man.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11. It says, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. So we know the terror of the Lord, so we're trying to persuade our people to get in gear, because the Lord's wrath really ain't what you want.
Hey, Con, if I may add on too, man. Hey, on a smaller perspective, it's like you having a sibling, man. You being the older sibling, shit, you gotta teach, hey, don't do that. Daddy don't play that, man. Hey, shit, if you do, he gonna get on you. Hey, it's the same thing spiritually, man. We get out here warning about the terrors of the Lord. That way you won't have to feel them or be a part of them, man.
Because the Lord is with all the smoke and fire. God. It says, but we are made manifest unto Yahweh, and I trust also are made manifest in your conscience. So it is cemented in our conscience. We know the Lord has been made manifest unto us, so we know what's gonna happen. We know and understand what he gonna do and how he gonna get out. Like the bishop always said, the Lord coming to move furniture. Or he gonna move the furniture and set it on fire. So it's we persuading men, we trying to let people know, but they not listening. You turn a deaf ear, you gonna get left here.
Psalm chapter 26, verse 5. I have hated the congregations of the evildoers and will not sit with the wicked. We keep telling you for all these years the Hebrew Israelites to come out of that 501c3 incorporated churches. And 2/3 so-called neo-Slavic and speckled birds. They're not listening. And now it's getting closer than ever before. The doors are going to close down. The door of mercy.
Well, with that, this section of the doors of mercy is going to be closed. That concludes the lesson. Lord willing, lesson edifying for the hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, ain't no time to be wasting, man. The Lord's coming, and he's coming to bring the thunder and the lightning, the fire and the smoke. All right? So what are you waiting for, man? With that, we want to give our glory and praise to the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit of truth and the prophets' names. We want to say, Kal,
Halayim, La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah.
Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, our elder here at Water as well. Salutations to the Akim that are teaching this truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. It's time to get up and get out of it, man. All hands on deck. Shalom.
Shalom.
GTA, keep pushing.